At Home with Lucas here. So today we're talking about Ecoviva. Ecoviva is a countertop reverse osmosis system. Yes, people, this thing does not need to plug into any water source. All you do is fill the tank in the back just like a Keurig with water from the tap, and then it purifies it out and pours it into a carafe, which you can then grab and carry around to another room in your house or wherever you're at, giving you the ability to have purified water on demand. Yes, this thing is absolutely amazing, but are there some drawbacks? Yes, there's definitely some drawbacks, which we're gonna find out in this video, and we're gonna figure out, is this something that you should buy or maybe skip altogether? I'm here for you, so I don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and sip into it. Okay, I really like how this was all packaged together. Very nice. This is made out of glass. It made it through the packaging without any cracks or damages. Everything looks really solid. They did a great job on that. Like I said, this is made out of some kind of glass right here. And then at the bottom, you have some kind of coil looking thing, which clicks on right here. Very interesting. This means that this is actually gonna do something a little bit more than just hold water. So that's very interesting. This pops right off of here, and it also has a very interesting sort of lid to it as well. So there's a lot more going on with this than just a simple way of holding purified water. So this is a major part of this whole thing right here. Of course, when you read through the instruction manual, you're gonna understand a lot more. Okay, on the front here, you have the name of the company, Ecoviva or Viva. You have RO right here, CF right there. You have pure TDS, you have source TDS, and then you have reset and flush, and then you have 1.2 liter, 0.8 liter, or 0.4 liter right there. I'm guessing that's all capacitive touch. This is made out of some really decent plastic. It's definitely all plastic for sure. Coming around to the back side right here, you have your tank where you're gonna fill it full of water right here. The plastic looks a little interesting. I don't know if it's by design, kind of like this thing is, but it doesn't look like a standard water tank. It looks a little bit different. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. This top part comes off here. It doesn't come off really easily. You kind of have to like shove your hand and push it up. Then you have your water tank here, which comes off by sliding up these two slots right here. It also doesn't come off super easily, so that's interesting. And then at the bottom down here, it looks like there's two water ports. There's a water port here and a water port right there, and there's two. So this thing is very interesting the way it's all put together. On the side here, I noticed you have your max fill, which is 2 liters, and your minimum fill, which is 0.5 liters right there. Once again, this plastic just looks really frosted and not clear. I'm used to these being very clear, but it's also made out of some really solid plastic. So I don't know if because of the whole reverse osmosis thing, this plastic has to be a little bit different. Okay, first impressions, this thing is nice looking. It's very much trying to be a little bit like a coffee maker, if you will, or a countertop device. The materials that are being used are definitely interesting. Very interested to get this thing powered up and keep on reviewing. Okay, I just powered this thing on and it's going insane. The numbers are turning. The water is pumping back here. This is bananas. I just realized this thing is not in place. Let me put this in place. Oh no, is it gonna start leaking everywhere? Okay, now that's in place. Whoa, this is wild. I literally just plugged it in with the water and it just started going bananas, people. That is wild. Yeah, so it was all the way up here to the max fill and now it's halfway. It's doing some stuff. Wow, this is wild. Okay, I'll check back in a second to see if any water is coming out of here. Okay, it says reset flush is now flashing. I'm gonna read the instruction manual, people. I just read the instructions. It says you're supposed to let it automatically do the reset flush for you after you plug it in. Then you're supposed to take all the water out of the tank and pour it out, because this is all bad now. So it did the whole flushing of the system automatically once you plug it in. And now you come over here, you dump all this out and you refill it with fresh water. All right, now that we have good water in there, let's go ahead and hit the button right here and it should fill this up full of water. What is happening? It's just bananas, people. Look at this. I'm gonna turn down the brightness. What is going on? That is so wild. That is our pure water right there though, for sure. Wow. Okay. That is wild. It's gonna stop right there at the 400 mark. This is bananas, people. Yeah, look at that water. That is so wild. That was clear a second ago. Whoa. Take it off of there. And there you go. That is your purified water ready to drink. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the sip test portion of this video. So I am very picky, if you will, about my water nowadays. I'm someone who really knows what the difference between purified, spring, or reverse osmosis is, and I definitely take every glass of water to a certain level where I really want it to give me a lot of feedback. I want to be able to sip it and know that I'm getting a cup of water that is not over purified and not under purified. So I want it right in the middle, and I feel like reverse osmosis gives me that. I'm in a place where there's super hard water. If you don't know what hard water is, you may not have it, or if you do, you may not know that it's actually something you want to filter out. So do a quick Google search on hard water. Basically, it just means you have more minerals than other water out there. Magnesium and some other stuff is in there that reverse osmosis will filter out. A lot of houses have water softeners and main house purifiers, so you may never even need to have a reverse osmosis or anything like that. But nonetheless, this water is super pure. It's definitely crystal clear. When you give it a sip, and the first thing you notice is that it's very smooth. It goes down super smooth. It has an amazing purified water taste. It's somewhere in between spring water and purified water. So it definitely has this sort of purified water taste to it. But nonetheless, it is definitely 5 out of 5 stars in my book. This thing does an amazing job of stripping all the stuff that doesn't taste good, the chlorine and all that weird stuff that comes from city water. It strips it down and gives you something that is very similar to a bottled water reverse osmosis that you would get in the convenience store. So definitely an amazing purified cup of water. The machine itself is not the same story. So as you will find out in this video, it's not the best of the best of the best, but the water that it produces, I should say, is phenomenal. Okay, let's talk about filter replacement. So this filter replacement is absolutely amazing. You take this cover off the back, or you take the entire tank off, whatever you want to do. You pull on this right here, and this is actually magnetic. I am blown away by that. That is really, really nice. I like that so much. You pull this off right here, and the filters are just as amazing. There's handles on here, right here. You pull this up, filter comes out, you push the new one in, and it seats back down. Same with this one over here. Love the handle feature. That is absolutely amazing. They really thought of the consumer when they designed these filters. Really cool. And then you literally just set this cover down and it magnetizes itself back into place. That is amazing. So awesome. The lid, on the other hand, back here is not as amazing. It doesn't go on as smoothly and seamless as I would like, and it doesn't come off as easily as I would like. So this part's amazing. That part is a little bit annoying, but nonetheless, that is really, really awesome. Okay, let's take a quick minute to talk about this display panel right here. So it's super responsive whenever you touch it. It really does a phenomenal job. It lights up whenever you're on a certain water, and you can actually just tap and switch to increase as you want or go back. Very, very nice touch panel right here. Very visible from a distance. It gets very bright, but not too bright. So it's really, really great. Definitely an A+. Another huge benefit to purified reverse osmosis water is actually your houseplants. So most people don't realize that houseplants need a pure rainwater. So they don't need that hard water that comes from the city with all those minerals in it. They just need simple purified water, and you're going to get a much better, much healthier, much happier houseplant. So do not use tap water when you're going to water your plants. Use rainwater or reverse osmosis water or anything that has low mineral count. Okay, so everything I can tell about this metal bottom down here, they say it's a stainless steel bottom. They say it's upgraded, so it's considered better than before. This down here, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. They do say something about a weak current. So I'm guessing, they don't explain it online or anywhere. I even did some Google searches. I'm guessing that there's an electrical current that runs, which does something with that metal plate down there and that little thing sticking out of there. There's definitely some metal electrical stuff inside of there. So my guess is when this is running, that electrical current is going, which is amplifying this water somehow. That's my guess. I wish that they would tell you. Okay, I've been using this bad boy for long enough that I think I have a full comprehensive review, and let's just start off with the build quality. So it's kind of built strong, but not really flashy. So it doesn't have the prettiest looking plastic. It's very straightforward. You got a display on the front, you got a water tank on the back. The water tank, like I said earlier in this review, is kind of cloudy plastic. It doesn't get any prettier. This is great. This thing works phenomenally. I absolutely love it. The way that it allows for the water to come in, because it's weighted in the back right there, is really great. So when water pushes down on the top, it drops down and allows the water to fill up the carafe down here, which is great. So this thing is really nice. The glass is very premium. Everything about it just works really, really well. When you come over here and you go to max fill, so we'll go ahead and fill this thing up real quick. So the way this thing works is really simple. You have two filters on the inside here. It runs the water through the filters, and then it pulls out all of the hard water and then basically shoots it back into here. So you're getting this purified water out here, and then all the gunk you don't want goes back into here, which can be quite confusing. What I noticed is you'll see over here, this water doesn't really go very low, and then if you come over here, this side over here is going to go all the way down. So it's going to basically look like you're getting the ability to fill this up twice, but in reality, you're only going to be able to fill this thing up once. So take note of that. This whole entire contraption can only do 1,200 milliliters. So take note of that. That is the max amount of purified water you're going to get out of this in one session. And then you're going to have to take this, which has bad water in it, and dump it. Or you can hit the reset flush button right here. You could do that twice. So basically, if you have this a quarter full of water, you could just simply pour water from the top and fill it back up to max fill, and then run it 2 more times that way. I don't recommend that because, like I said, this is full of all the gunk you don't want. So once this is filled up, we'll go ahead and take a look over here. So here you go, you can see it's all the way down to here. So on this side, you would look and you'd say, that's probably empty. And then on this side, you would say, oh, it's half full. So it is a little bit confusing, and I kind of wish that they had a separate tank or something separate so you can get this filled up twice. That would be absolutely amazing if I could fill this thing up twice with one fill. So it feels like you're doing a lot of work to keep that thing full and fill it up to get a very small amount of water. I drink usually 20 fluid ounces at a time in my cup. That's my normal, and I do that like 8 times a day. So once this is full, it does that ding right there. And now you come over here and you can actually see it's gotten more liquid in it. So they shot back all the gunk you don't want back into here. So that side looks half full. this side is empty all the way down to the bottom. So if you're coming in the room and you were looking at this thing, you'd go, ooh, I still have half a tank of water. That's great. But what they don't tell you is that this is not usable water. If you try to run it again, it's basically going to say it's out of water because it's only going to pull from this side over here. This is the water from the tap, and this is the dirty water over here. So it is definitely one of those things where if you're only drinking 6 to 8 ounces of water at a time, or maybe you have people over and you're going to give a handful of people 6 to 8 ounces of water, then this thing's going to be great. The ability to just take this purified water with you anywhere in your house or building is absolutely amazing. But like I said, it is only this amount. And of course, this is going to be room temperature. So if your room is 72 degrees, this is going to be roughly 72 degrees. So this is not going to be chilled water or anything like that. This does not have a refrigerant in it, so it won't chill the water. And if this has been sitting out, then it's going to be warmer than if you just pulled it straight from the tap, because the tap comes from underground. So it's around 50 some odd degrees. So I'm going to say, if this is something that you're interested in and you know what you're getting, this thing is great for a bathroom. If you want to just basically fill it up really quickly, have that for overnight. So if you need a drink, you can go and get a drink in the bathroom. It's great for a second floor or a part of the house or building where there is no sink that you can get to really easily. So this is great. I found myself actually grabbing this and taking it upstairs for our humidifier. So I would just fill up the humidifier with this. That was actually really cool. I liked it a lot. And in fact, it made me want to have one of these carafes for my other water filters that I have to fill up and then just have it ready to go instead of waiting for it to fill up. Also, this thing fills up really fast, which is great. Of course, once the filters start to get used a little bit more, it's going to go a little bit slower. And then of course, once they're almost out of use, they will shut down entirely, and it'll be really slow. Then it'll tell you that you need a new filter. So for what this is, I'm going to give it a solid 4-star rating. I'm not going to go any higher because I find myself a little bit annoyed with having to fill up that tank so much. I wish maybe this tank was twice as big. Then I would be able to get 2 of these and I would feel like it's worth it. But the amount of work I have to put in to fill that tank just to get a small amount of water is a little bit ridiculous in my mind. So it is a great unit. Highly recommended to anyone out there that knows that they're going to get a smaller amount of water, but it's going to be filtered. It's going to be super easy to do. You don't have to do any wiring or anything like that, any plumbing. So that's awesome. So highly recommended to everyone out there that knows what this is and wants it. Buy it. Okay, there you go. That was the Ecoviva. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, definitely clickety-clack that like button. And if you want to join the AtHomewithLucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys, I surpassed 9K. Yes, people, on my way to 10K, but I need your help. Yes, you right there. Tell your friends, tell your family, this guy's on YouTube. They should go subscribe and watch my channel. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.